y'all. How you perking? I hope you're perking good. So, people have requested that we do another channeled message video here today because we've done a lot of readings here lately and they've been pretty heavy. They have been on controversies or on contentious politics or on really insidious true crime type stuff. Just a lot of kind of negativity in the air, heaviness in the air, things like that. And so people have been asking for a channeled message video just to try to get either some sort of levity, some sort of light, some sort of hope, some sort of explanation of what in the hell is going on right now in the world. What do we do with that? What are we looking forward to? What is the point of all this? All the stuff. Just kind of trying to wrap our heads around it, really. Here on my end, we just went through Hurricane Helene, and here in South Carolina, we weren't expecting it to be a shit show, and it was, so we were underprepared for that. And then there's been stuff popping off here in the world that we all know about that has a lot of people scared. So we're gonna pull things inward today and do a channel message video here. And so for those of you, if you happen to be new here, what we do with that is I get into kind of a meditative state. I channel a message from any light beings that would like to come forward and give a message, and then I share that with y'all here. So I did do that right before I turned on the camera to start filming. I'll get it pulled up on my end, and got a message from light beings to share with everybody about these current times. As always, I pretty much just ask, what do we most need to know right now? What do we most need to hear right now? What is the relevant message that you'd like to share for the highest good of all? And so that's what I was working with. That's what I got, and fixing to read all of that off to y'all. And of course, there's always a second message too for channel members. So after I read this first message here in a second, if you would like to hear the second message, then you can click the join button down below or the link in the description box, and you can walk on over there to the there's a puppy. He's applying pressure again. You know, you want to know why? Because it's 6:27, and y'all know he likes to eat at 7 p.m. So he's applying pressure already at 6:27. Every time, man. Every time. Anywho, so for those of y'all who want the second message, you can go over to the Perk Squad with the join button below or the link in the description box, and you can become a member of the Perk Squad, get all the extra additional things that Perk Squad members are able to get. They're listed there, although they don't have listed that y'all also get weekly forecasts to know what's coming up every week, but that is one of the perks. So all that is over there, and you can check that out. And I am going to pull up this message to read it off, and I'm also going to find a video shout out for today, because that's another one of the perks of the Perk Squad, video shout outs. So, roll of the dice, first one that comes up as I'm clicking over here. So, shout out to you, Liz Houseman. I hope I said your name correctly. Shout out to you, and thank you for being a member of the Perk Squad. Happy to have you here on the channel, Liz Houseman. Shout out to you. Alrighty. There we go. So, are we ready to dive up on into this? I believe we are. So, the first message for today that we got from the light beings when asked, what is it that we most need to know right now, is this. All, we meet here today to deliver a message unto you. A message of naked truths, but also of resilience. There is so much going on in your world today, and it's hard to fathom that things could get better. It's hard to understand why so much pain and suffering abound, and why it seems that good people struggle and evil prevails. We assure you, dear ones, that this is an illusion. We assure you that there is much more at work than what you may see, hear, and already know. There are many ways Earth Gaia attempts to purge her emotions and cleanse her spirit, just as there are many ways that you as humans do. In both cases, some ways more destructive than others. What may appear to you as a volcano erupting into devastation is Earth Gaia's way of venting her anger to keep from exploding. Everything that is transpiring on your planet right now is all a part of a cycle, one that has repeated before, time and time again in your planet's history. Through this cycle, there is always a renewal, an expansion, a regression, a shedding, and a resting. These cycles are continuously occurring everywhere, in the smallest of atoms and in the largest of civilizations. Among the smallest, these cycle quickly, and among the largest, these cycle slowly. As many of you fear the worst on your planet, please remember that these times are nothing more than a part of the cycle. Just as a wave builds, crests, falls, and pulls back inwards in order to repeat again, so too will life. There is no real end, and there is only change within the continuous cycle. Nothing and no one is truly lost, only changed. Just as these cycles are eternal, so are we, and so are you. Like a drop of water in the ocean rides the waves, trusting that it cannot be destroyed, all souls on the planet may flow with the cycle, trusting that they too cannot be destroyed. Though humanity appears to be experiencing a challenging stage within the cycle, remember that things are not always what they seem. These times will not always be as they are, and this too shall pass. Your planet is resilient. Humanity is resilient. And you are resilient. With love, guides in the light. All right, y'all. So, that was the first message that they had here for today. And this is one that I'll probably have to kind of, re-listen to over and over, because I feel like there's so many different moving parts to this that I'm like, all right, hold on. Let me get my brain to wrap around this. I have a very smooth brain that curls one time, and I really need to be able to study this to let it sink in and fully integrate. But there was a lot in there that I guess made me kind of perceive things a little bit differently, because I know the whole history repeats itself and stuff, and I've always kind of thought of that as historical cycles of things and learning from our mistakes in history and stuff like that. And whereas that's true, this was a whole different kind of history repeating itself. This is kind of like cycle of life for nature repeating itself, or, you know, the almost kind of like birth and death cycles in a way, but the way that it was worded wasn't alarmist or scary. It was supposed to, or at least to me, it felt like it was supposed to kind of reassure us that things kind of are going and that they will keep going. And those of us that are getting, you know, all of this panic from the collective about this is it, this is where it ends, this is how it ends, or whatever, this feels kind of reassuring of some sort of continuance. And it feels reassuring that even those who have already been lost, like how my daddy died, you know, not too long ago here, that it's like, they're not gone, it's just changed. They're still a part of the cycle, they're still with us, it's just changed. And so there's just a lot of different elements and components of this that I feel like they're being realistic, and then yet also softening some of this kind of like emergency, Chicken Little, the sky's falling kind of stuff, to try to bring it back down to a baseline of perspective about how everything, you know, continues, and that this does not feel like things are over or whatever. And I like that they kind of finished it off with talking about how we're experiencing a challenging stage in the cycle, but that things aren't always what they seem. And these times will not always be this way. This too shall pass, and we're all resilient. Like, I felt like there was something in that that's like, okay, you know, I can sit back, I can ease up a little bit. I can take some of the emergency exit visuals out of my mind here with that. They've said similar things before in past channeled messages about, you know, our absolute worst fears are not what they see happening, and that there are, in some ways, protective measures in place to make sure the worst of the worst of the worst isn't what transpires, because it's not in the highest good, that we're not the only ones here, that there are other types of beings here that inhabit this space within our dimension and in other dimensions, and it behooves all of us to still have this space available. And so it's not meant to be completely destroyed, you know. So we've seen those kind of messages in the past here on the channel, and I feel like this was kind of another iteration of it, just looking at it from a different lens. And so, you know, there's a lot to soak on that for me. But y'all let me know what y'all think about it. Always love hearing your thoughts about kind of what stood out to you, why, how did this kind of impact you, in what ways are you looking at this compared to how I might have been looking at it. And like I said, the second message will be coming up for Perk Squad members. And as always, I'm gonna finish this video with a B-roll of puppy shenanigans and, you know, whatever fuckery that entails. Because I feel like that is a very light and lifting kind of thing too. People kind of eye roll at it or they laugh at it. Either way, they don't take it too seriously, and it doesn't like weigh us down like all the other things that we've kind of been going through lately. So I'm going to finish on a B-roll as always, and see what we can do there to try to lift things up, and coming at you with some more readings. Got plenty of things here written down that are both serious and non-serious. Like I mentioned in the October predictions video, I've got, you know, some political stuff that's coming up. I've got some Spooktober series ideas here that are coming up. And, you know, we've got some live streams also coming up. So let's work on October together. Okay? We're getting past the hurdles. We've already made it at the time of filming this. Like I said, you know, we're in the 6 o'clock range here, 6:39 on Friday, October 4th at the time of filming. So we've already made it through 4 days, y'all. We've already made it through 4 days. We can do this together. We've got this. Anywho, don't be a stranger. Come back and see me, and I will talk at you later. But let me mean it. But let me mean it. Bye, y'all. It's good. Does Daddy have a new toy? Is it an armadillo? Do you have an armadillo now? Oh my gosh. Oh.
Body.
Oh. Body. Is it a hermit crab? A hermit crab? A hermit crab! Okay, he grabbed his old bone that he's always had. Yeah. Scooter has hermit. Alright. Okay. Bat out of hell. They're over there. Titty. You've got a hermit crab. Ooh, Titty. Look at the armadillo. Look at the armadillo. He's like, what? What? You excited about your toy? Now suddenly he wants the toy that he sees.
The other dog has.
Yeah, somebody else has a toy. I want that toy. You want that piece of cereal is what you want. That's what you wanted. Look, Tay. That's what you wanted. Do you not know how to get it? He just doesn't know how to get it. Yes, he wants it. It's a piece of cereal. It's a piece of little Crispix. Whatever, Teddy. Taking this. Armadillo! Armadillo! Look at you! You got a new armadillo and a new hermit crab, as if they don't have enough toys already. All of these toys everywhere. Every time their daddy goes to PetSmart, he gets new toys, and I tell him to stop, and so he goes without me and does it behind my back. Yeah. We're puppy toy hoarders in this house. Yay.
Like a big body.
Do it. Does this make a sound? Get it. Yeah, you get it. You funny. You don't have Bodie? I thought you said you were getting a Bodie.
Yeah, he's good there.
Oh. Hey, son. Your favorite method of transport is carry. Your favorite method of transport is carry. Hey, son. Go get a toy. Go get a toy. Buddy, do you want a hermit crab? Oh. Yeah. Yeah, we're into this hermit crab. Yeah. Here we are. Does this hermit crab happen to make noise? Yes, it does. Yeah. 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 Well, he goes to steal it because it's rude. And wherever Izzy is, she gives zero shits about toys. Ever. So she doesn't care. Rude. Rude. Theft. Highway robbery. God, settle down, everyone. Damn.